was just reading some employee reviews on a company that came across my radar back in August last year. Company I had potential to do some work with, and was just asking Gemini, which is Google's AI large language model, kind of like ChatGPT. If you know Chat, you know Gemini, at least of it. And some of the reviews were positive, praising its growth mindset, forward mentality, and work and culture. Great culture. Um, some flex jobs where you can work from home, where it presents a good work life balance, and others said other employees said it's a grind. It's incredibly toxic. It's nonstop. They expect you to be on. I'm like, both could be true depending on who you're talking with. I realize that some companies have all of that, but it depends on the individual that you're speaking with. Because a person like myself, I there are things where I find a grind, absolutely too, and things I've done for a long time, like door to door sales. It's a grind. It takes a lot of mental effort and a lot of physical effort, but the rewards are worth it. And sometimes you get pressure from your supervisors because you're expected to perform. Excuse me, especially on performance based opportunities like that, door to door sales, telesales. It was a grind when I was in logistics for 17, 18, about 3 years, just a hair less than 3 years. But it taught me a lot. It was a grind. It was a go, but it also really emphasized a growth mindset. You had to learn how to be a better individual if you were going to be successful in that industry. So what I gather from that, and other people, if they and even in the watching some videos about the company culture, and it's clearly laid out in videos for this company and a lot of companies I've encountered in my past. Now that I think about it, this job is not for everybody. If you're a person such and such, salary, consistency, stable, and you want to be able to go home and you come in, you punch a clock, you go home, this is not for you. Well, those people oftentimes think, no, I'm not that person. So they go into a job like this. And I don't think that they understand and take into account that maybe the majority of who they are is that person. Stability, comfort, expectations, rather than growth, um, instability, inconsistency. But you can provide stability and consistency by continuing to grow and knowing what your expectation is. Recent sales manager I worked with and trained with in Seattle, he said, when I first started after about a year with the company, people would ask me, "Hey, because it's commission only. Hey, what's your income going to be next month?" And some people would say, "I'm not really sure. It depends on the leads and the sales. I'm not sure. It depends on my territory." And he would say, "I know for a fact I'm going to make between $10,000 and $15,000 this month." Well, how do you know that? Because I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to push. I'm going to continue to get better, and I'm going to use all of my skills to the best of my ability for whatever leads that I have and whatever business is given to me, any leads, any business opportunities. And that's where it separates. And I realized you can easily see how, depending on the individual, growth minded, um, expectations are high, performance based, or toxic, lack of work life balance, and so on. Well, I realize that it depends on the person. So, who are you? Are you someone who's going to go into an environment and you're going to be unhappy and call it toxic because it doesn't fit you? Or you had different expectations? Or is the environment really toxic? Or are you the individual that's going to go into a place like this and see, well, I need to step up my game in order to improve and do better? Are you going to call it toxic, or are you going to call it I need to get better, right? I think it was Henry Ford, don't quote me on this, that said, don't wish it were easier, wish that you were better. And that's what I wish for each and every one of you. Now, some of you don't want that. That's fine where you are. But I wish, instead of life being easier for you, that you learned how to handle situations better, whatever the situations may be. So that's my wish and my hope and prayer for you in 2026. And go into it. If you have a new opportunity, don't wish it were different to fit you. If you know what the expectations are and the company is what it is, wish that you were better to fit and stand out and exceed what the company expects from you.